صلى عليه ونصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد. From the adhkar of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, الذي علمنا, that he has taught us, is a dua of seeking refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking refuge as in seeking protection and support and aid. So when we think of the word, when we say I seek refuge with Allah, I'm seeking support, I'm seeking aid, I'm seeking protection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's kind of the meaning when we say that we seek a refuge. So this dua, we're seeking a refuge from a couple of things. And these things are, we've come from, we can say from our own self, what's connected to us. The dua that taught us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is Allahumma a'udhu, inni a'udhu bika min sharri sam'i wa min sharri basari wa min sharri lisani wa min sharri qalbi wa min sharri mani. So he said, Allahumma, O Allah, inni a'udhu bika min sharri sam'i wa min sharri basari wa min sharri lisani wa min sharri qalbi wa min sharri mani. So 5 things that he sought refuge from in this particular dua. So what are those things? First, Allahumma. We know the meaning of Allah is just beseeching, calling from Allah. Oh Allah, calling from Allah. And so in the way that you are requesting something, requesting, oh Allah, oh help me. Okay? So Allahumma inni, verily I, a'udhu bika. I seek refuge with you. A'udhu bika. So, O Allah, I seek refuge with you. Min sharri sam'i. Who knows the meaning of shar? Huh? Huh? No. Shar. Shar. Has sharrun and khayr. Huh? No? Shar. So, what the opposite of shar is khayr. Evil. Good. Khayr. So, a'udhu bika min sharri, from the min means from, sharri, that's sharri, sam'i. So sama is the what? The hearing. So sam'i, my hearing, my ears. Okay? So what does that mean? A'udhu bika min sharri sam'i. Who thinks they have some understanding? Think about that before asking. A'udhu bika min sharri sam'i. Evil of what? My hearing, my ears. Wa min sharri basari. And from the evil of my eyes, from my sight. وَمِن شَرِّ لِسَانِ, and from the evil of my tongue. وَمِن شَرِّ قَلْبِي, and from the evil of my heart. وَمِن شَرِّ مَنِيِّ, and from the evil of my mani. I don't know if you know the meaning of mani. Maybe should know if you remember. We took 5th lesson before. So for those who took the 5th of like wudu, right? Or of salat, because before salat you have what? Tahara, purification. So in order to have salat, you have to know what, you have to be in a state of purification. So what invalidates your purification, you must know. So this is why we have to know our religion, right? We have to know our religion. So yeah, you know how to pray, good. But there's a condition for the prayer to be what? Valid, means tahara. What breaks your tahara? What makes you impure? What makes you not clean? Where if you prayed in that state, your prayer is invalid. So from those things is many. Okay? So many. So the release of many, it violates your, or it validates your prayer. Okay? So these 5 things. Okay? So we mentioned what they are. We said sam'i, my hearing, wa basari, my sight, my eyes, wa qalbi, lisani, my tongue, wa qalbi, my heart, wa mani, what comes from between my legs. So after giving thought to those 5 things, After giving thought to those 5 things, why will we be seeking refuge of Allah from those things? And then not only those things, but we say from the evil of those things. It's the what? With what? Your hearing. With your hearing, you'll see. With some of your tongue, your heart. So there's evil connected to these things, right? And there's good, there's khair, right? So you have these things, right? These 5 things that was mentioned, your sight, right? And if you think about it, what's connected to these things? The shahwa, the desires, right? The desires. Whether it's what you're listening to, right? Mathalan, for example, you listen to some type of bad words, ghiba, namima, backbiting and slandering, right? The hadith, uh, useless language, cursing, swearing, uh, some music, right? So what are you listening to, right? So and who allows that to take place, right? But you yourself, your own nafs, right? So you're seeking refuge in Allah from the evils of your hearing, saying your sin, your basar, your sight. What are you looking at? Are you looking at something haram? Right? Beautiful woman walk past. Right? Now your eyes are stuck. Right? When you should do what? God do what? Basar. You should what? Lower your sight. Lower the gaze, but instead you keep looking, and then you start to, oh, look how beautiful she is, this, that. And maybe even shaitan comes to make you think something, and then you may even do what? After what? Looking, now you're gonna what? Say something. Now, what comes with the tongue, right? Are you saying good words? Are you saying bad words? Right? Are you now talking to this woman in a way that is not appropriate, haram, right? Or are you talking with your friends in a haram way? So what comes from your tongue? Are you talking bad about people, talking right, backbiting, standing, cursing, right? Or being disrespectful, right? Being not obeying your parents, talking back to them, right? Talking back to your elders. All these different things that the evil that could come from the tongue, right? Now, complimenting that girl being evil too. Yes, because it's not your right to do so. It's not your right to do so. So because what you're supposed to do, what we said, God will bust it. Lower your gaze, turn your sight. So you saw, turn away, right? But if you start to compliment this and that, no. If you think something, go find out who is her family, and then go to the right way, knock the door, ring the bell. I want to talk to her. I want to marry. Don't be straightforward. You guys are afraid. You guys are afraid, so y'all go to the back door. So y'all sneak inbox, start talking to the girl, right? All the backdoor things, and then now you want to go to the family. Family, they have no respect for you because you came with the back door, came the back door, right? So it starts off in a relationship haram. It starts off haram because even if you're just inboxing, it's private, right? It's private. What the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was said that if you have the male, you have the female, they're alone. Who's next? Who's with them? Shaitan. So you're in a shaitan relationship, a shaitan relationship, right from the get-go. And then you look for the good, the khair, where? It's nothing but what? Shar from the beginning. Right? And so you try to fix it in the end and get married, and then but you have all these unnecessary problems, and it ends up divorced 2-3 years later with 2-3 children. Right? And so then you're on the long road down for how many years of the rest of your life? And why did I do that? I should have took the halal path, right? So look how it leads. Then what the qalb, and shadi qalb, what my heart is inclined towards, what my heart desires, what my heart likes. Look at how many things that we pay attention to and that we love so much that we attach ourselves to from the kuffar. That we love them, we praise them, and we want to imitate them and be like them. Right? What the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, "Man yatashabbah لقوم, whoever imitates people, woman, then he is from them, right? So if you want to imitate and be like and act like such and such, and he's Catholic, we know where the Catholic they're in the destinations where hellfire. And on the Yom Fasl, see one of the names of the Yom Qiyamah, right? Who knows Yom Qiyamah? The judgment. Another name is Yom Fasl, the day of what? Division and separation. You're gonna have a group on this side, Ashab al-Shinab, Ashab al-Yamin, the group that's on the people on the left and people on the right. What side are you gonna be on? You're gonna be with those who you love, who you really paid attention to, who you followed, who you liked, who you imitated, who you slept and dreamed. All those things that you were busy with, those kuffar, that's where you're gonna be, right? And where are they going? Hellfire. Where are you going? Hellfire, right? But alhamdulillah, because you are Muslim and you believe La ilaha illallah, you were just weak and corrupt. One day you'll get out, right? You know, the brothers, for example, when they go to prison, right? Some people they go for what, 1 year? Some people go for 6 months, some people go 10 years, some people go 20, 40, 50, right? Some people what? Like that. They never come out of there, right? So do you want to be 50 years in the Jahannam, the hellfire? I don't think so. Because that 50 years is nothing like the 50 years in the prison here. All right? So you don't want to be there. So be careful about who you're with. Because yes, because you're Muslim, one day you'll get out. But look how much torture that you went through when you could have been in Jannah. Right? You could have been in Jannah. So be careful of what your heart inclines to and your heart loves. And you have to put your heart in check. You have to fight your heart. You have to fight your heart. You can't have love of this dunya mixed with the love of Allah and the Quran and the After at the same time. You have to let one go. You have to let one go. Right? We know there's going to be some, you're going to have some piece of it, but you can't be attached to it. And the last thing, mani. Okay? That's what comes from ejaculation. Right? So where do you place your thing at? In the halal way or haram? Do you use it in halal or haram? Are you doing zina? Zina is not just the actual physical touch and mixing with the woman, right? It could be pornography, right? It could be what's called masturbation. All of this is haram. You're using your dhakar, your private part, your male part, for what? Haram. But be patient, leave that alone until you what? Get married. And then it becomes what? Halal. And also ajr. Reward, dignity that you get. Now you're using your dhakar for ajr, right? So yeah, so you can get reward with your dhakar. Right? But if we do it the wrong way, then we've harmed our own self. So that's why this hadith, this dua is very important for all of us, but especially for you youth, but for all of us to remember, Allahumma, let's say together, Allahumma, inni a'udhu bika min sharri sam'i wa min sharri basari min sharri lisani wa min sharri qalbi wa min sharri mani. So sam'i, my hearing, basari, my sight, lisani, my tongue, qalbi, my heart, wa mani, my semen. Okay? So these things, there's evil, so it can be used for evil, and we seek refuge a lot from that, right? We want Allah stress for that, or we can use it for the halal. Now, so that's the purpose of this dua. Seek Allah's protection that you use these things that you have in the haram way, or rather use them in the halal way. So attach your hearing to what is good, talk, like beneficial things that's going to help you in your akhirah, especially, and even if it's something that's going to benefit you in the dunya from the halal. Your sight, what you watch, saying what's going to benefit you. Busy yourself, listen to the Quran. Busy yourself looking at the Quran. Busy yourself looking at the ayat of Allah from the good things, from the sky, from the beautiful things that He has created, and ponder upon those things. Right? Your lisan, talk good, speak good. The Prophet ﷺ said, Uh, uh, he said, whoever believes in Allah in the last day, the next what? What is good? And yu'minu billah wa yawm akhir falyaqul khair aw liyasmut. Let him speak what is good or shut up. So if you have nothing good to say, what? Stay silent. Sometimes we get to capping too much. May Allah forgive us all, right? So we have to stop that so much, especially if it gets foul, and especially if we're hurting someone, right? So we're trying to hurt someone's feelings, and we're attacking them. And we know we're hurting them. Don't say it. We call them bad names. Say it. We call them a name that's not their name that they don't like. Don't say it. So these things we're harming our own selves at the end of the day. So we have to protect ourselves from what we say, what we do. So this dua, remember it. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika من شر سمعي ومن شر بصري ومن شر لساني ومن شر قلبي ومن شر مني. So memorize this dua. Say it as often as you can each day, because each day we need protection from those things, because we don't know what's going to happen that day. هذا وصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. You didn't talk about the heart.